What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the judges in the sport of boxing strike again. As we had a highly anticipated showdown last night in the sport of boxing that saw undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight, the WBA regular title at junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is now 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He took on undefeated WBA super featherweight world champion Dominican star boxer Hector Garcia last night. Hector Garcia came in the fight 16 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout at 31 years of age, 5'9" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis, he got a 9th round stoppage victory as he caught Hector Garcia with a big left hand, and Hector Garcia lost his sight in the fight, and he had an instant headache. According to Hector Garcia, he stated he had an instant headache. He lost his sight in the fight. At that point in time, he couldn't see, he couldn't continue, and so you know, he succumbed and sat on the stool. Right. With that said, at that point, this was a very, very competitive fight. I personally, going into the 6th, 7th round, I thought that Gervonta Tank Davis lost the first 3 rounds. I thought he won round 4. I thought Hector Garcia won 5 and 6. And then I thought Gervonta Tank Davis at that point started taking over, right? I could see Gervonta Tank Davis winning the 6th round as well. So I could see him winning the 4th and the 6th round. But I thought Hector Garcia clearly won rounds 1, 2, and 3. I thought Tank Davis clearly big won round 4 as I expected. As I told you guys in my fight prediction, I predicted that Gervonta Tank Davis would get a 7th round knockout victory over Hector Garcia. And I stated by the 4th round, he would start to make the adjustments to Hector Garcia, and he would, you know, take over from there. And in the 4th round, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought Gervonta Tank Davis won the 4th round big and clear, okay? And I thought that, you know, Hector Garcia in the first 3 rounds was controlling the pace of the fight, controlling the distance, using his jab, you know, and just, you know, countering Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis was using a high guard right out the gate, right from the beginning. And he was having trouble finding his way on the inside. Hector Garcia was outboxing him, right? And he wasn't overly doing nothing great. He was just very confident, controlling the pace, controlling the distance. And I thought he won the first 3 rounds, right? I thought Tank won 4. I thought Hector Garcia clearly won 5. And 6 was a fill-out round. 7, I thought that Gervonta Tank Davis clearly won 7, okay? So at that point in time, I thought, and going into the 8th round, I thought Gervonta Tank Davis had, the fight at that point was 4 rounds to 3. I gave Hector Garcia rounds 1, 2, and 3. I gave Hector Garcia 5. And I gave Gervonta Tank Davis 4 and 6, okay? 6 was a swing round, and I thought he clearly won 7, right? And in the 8th round, you know, I thought that was a swing round. But at that point in time, I had Gervonta Tank Davis winning 3 rounds. I had Hector Garcia winning 4 rounds, and I predicted that Tank would stop him in the 7th round, okay? 8th round, swing round, is when Gervonta Tank Davis at the end of the 8th round, he started clipping Hector Garcia, started catching up with him, right? He started feeling him out and getting closer and closer at that point in time. But I thought it was a competitive fight. The judges didn't, though. The judges didn't. The judges didn't see a close fight. The judges saw Gervonta Tank Davis winning every single round, except 1, okay? And then 1 judge saw Hector Garcia win 2 rounds. So the judges didn't see Hector Garcia. All 3 judges had pretty much identical scorecards, where they all saw Hector Garcia winning 1 round, and then the other one saw him win 2 rounds, right? So they clearly saw Gervonta Tank Davis winning in a landslide, as if it wasn't even a competitive fight. How did all the judges that sit in 3 different spots in 3 different angles, how can all 3 of these judges have identical scorecards? Right? This is the sport of boxing. This is the ugly part about the sport of boxing. I thought Gervonta Tank Davis was on his way to stopping and knocking out Hector Garcia anyway. And I thought he was getting closer and closer to knocking Hector Garcia out anyway. I thought he was, starting to change the fight. I thought he was starting to take over and into his favor, right? He started to catch up with him, hit him with clean punches, hurt him. You could see he was getting hurt. He was fatiguing from the mental and physical pressure Gervonta Tank Davis was putting on him. But the judges all saw the same scorecard? How could that be possible? How could all the judges see the same exact scorecard? Right? How? Now, this is, again, like I said, this is the problem with the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis already had a big fight looming. I like the fact that fighters have big fights scheduled, but then on the flip side, I don't like the fact that fighters have fights scheduled because they want to make sure that the A side get to that big fight that's already scheduled. So all three judges pretty much had the same identical scorecards going into the 9th round, right? And it wasn't a fight where when you can score it identical. It wasn't that easy of a fight to score where you can say, well, this is a pretty easy fight to score, that Tank Davis is just dominating this fight. It wasn't that type of night to just say that Tank Davis was absolutely just dominating this fight and it was an easy fight to score. This was a competitive fight right from the beginning. Hector Garcia was comfortable. He was controlling the pace of the fight. He was controlling the distance of the fight. He was using his jab. So how did these judges just see Hector Garcia winning one round? One round? So he was only going to, if it went to the scorecards, okay, at that point in time, Hector Garcia would have only won one round according to the judges. One round. One round, okay? Which is a crying shame in the sport of boxing. It absolutely is, right? This dude is an undefeated champion, okay? He's coming off of 2 of the biggest wins in his career, right? He deserved more respect than that. He was competitive in his fight. He was winning rounds in his fight. In the first 3 rounds, he was controlling the distance, controlling the pace of the fight. He was winning the fight at one point in time. Now, again, like I said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he made the necessary adjustments. He started to catch up, to Hector Garcia. And I thought that, again, I thought that Gervonta Tank Davis was going to have a hard time in the first few rounds. And I thought he was going to get a 7th round knockout. He was getting close. And that 7th round, I thought it was coming, right? And you could see him getting closer and closer. The better talent, he made the necessary adjustments. But to say Hector Garcia only won 1 round or 2 rounds is a travesty. For all 3 judges to see that only Hector Garcia only won 1 to 2 rounds, all 3, that's a travesty within the sport of boxing. It means that they already predetermined who was going to win the fight. And then once it went to the scorecards, if that pace, it would have kept up that pace, right? Hector Garcia was going to lose big on the scorecards. It's unfortunate, man. Again, like I said, I thought Gervonta Tank Davis was going to win anyway. I thought he was going to get the knockout anyway. But to say that Hector Garcia wasn't even competitive in the fight is a travesty. And it's a disservice to the sport of boxing itself, right? It's okay to have a competitive fight with a superstar and it be a close fight. That's what makes the fight intriguing. That's what makes boxing intriguing. That's what makes it interesting, right? Is to have a Hector Garcia competitive. People don't want to see blowouts. That's what they complain about, right? But to say that Hector Garcia only won 1 to 2 rounds, when you're watching that fight last night, there's no possible way anybody that understands and knows the sport of boxing can say that Hector Garcia only won 2 rounds. You just can't say it. You just can't do it. It's impossible to say that Hector Garcia only won 1 to 2 rounds last night. Again, like I said, Gervonta Tank Davis, great boxer, high ring IQ. I don't think he gets enough credit for his ability to make adjustments, his ability to box, his ring IQ. I think everybody gets enamored with Gervonta Tank Davis's power, and everybody's focused on Gervonta Tank Davis's power. But his ability to set up his opponents, his ability to box, his ability to make adjustments, his ability to set traps, it gets overlooked, right? And so with that said, again, I thought he was going to win the fight. But the judges saying that Hector Garcia wasn't even competitive is a travesty to the sport of boxing, period. It's a disservice to the sport. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.